What is going on, you guys? It's Will here, and today we're taking a look at the Bandai Toys Dream Project, Godzilla 1975, and Titanosaurus box set. Alright, so before we take a look at the figures, I'll go ahead and get the box out of the way because you don't want to spend too much time on the box, because that take up way too much time. It's the front, and there's this side, the back, top there. Yeah, one thing I will say though is that Bandai Japan, when they have figures that come in big sets like this, the boxes are always cool to look at. So here's Godzilla 75 and Titanosaurus. Now one thing I will say though is I actually ended up getting these two with the box and their tags off of eBay for only $108, which honestly isn't that too bad considering all other options with this set usually go for like $150, $170 to over $200. Yeah, forget that. Tags right there. Nothing special about the tags, just, you know, one cardboard sheet with the picture of the respective kaiju on them. So yeah. Alright, so here we have the two guys here. I'm gonna go ahead and do Titanosaurus first. So here we have Titanosaurus. This is a figure that I never thought I would actually get my hands on because of just how rare and how expensive this guy tends to go for, but hey, I bought the set and I ended up getting him. Now compared to the original Bandai Titanosaurus, I've always personally liked this paint job better. You know, I just think it looks more like a more slick, murky, kind of Aquaman but just came out of the water kind of look. Whereas the original Bandai Titanosaurus, I don't know, the paint job is nice and all. Technically it is more accurate for when Titanosaurus is out in the sunlight fighting Godzilla for the second time. But, I don't know. I always prefer this one over the original one. The original one has more of a out in the daylight kind of paint job. Just look at the skin detail on him. And guys, these warts, they're actually molded onto the figure's sculpt. And it feels really cool to touch. And if you see that, Titanosaurus' tongue's actually sticking out. It's kind of funny. I've never noticed that before. And this kind of pink transitioning into white's also really nicely done. And he has those kind of snake, almost cat-like eyes. Really nicely done. Articulation. Head rotates, no problem. The arms, kind of have to pull them out though, because you don't want them to scrape up against the thighs. And his legs rotate. There is a glue seal at the tail, but you don't want to break that because look how short his tail is. That joint could pop off easily. So just leave the tail alone. So that's Titanosaurus, you guys. He's really nicely done. Really good representation of Titanosaurus, especially for a Bandai figure. He looks, you know, this is one of Bandai's best, I have to say. And sizing, you know, you saw him with Godzilla. They go really well together. You know, Titanosaurus was taller than Godzilla, but not like so much so. He was just, you know, just a head taller than him. Alright, and now we will transition into Godzilla. So Godzilla 1975, another figure that I've been hunting for a very long time. You know, ever since I saw Goji 73, Ultimate Kronos, review this thing back in the day, as well as Goji 73's Godzilla and His Amazing Friends series. I've always wanted a Godzilla 75, and I have one now. And he's really nicely done. His body mold is exactly the same as Godzilla 74, who I happen to have right here on hand. So yeah, the body on these two figures, they're exactly the same. The only difference is their head sculpt as well as their paint job. Speaking of which, 75 Godzilla is, I don't know, his paint jobs always stand out to me a little bit more because he's, you know, a darker charcoal black with these kind of lightest grayish highlights on him. I think the highlights make him stand out a little bit more. Now comparing the face of 74 and 75, now there wasn't much of a difference between 73 and 74, but 74 and 75 had a pretty major difference in the face, mainly in the eyes, and the figures captured that very well. As you can see, 74 had more bigger, wider looking eyes, more rounded eyes, whereas 75 had more, you know, mean looking, squinty eyed look, which made him look more awesome in the movie. That's why I love him. As well as the snouts were a little bit different too. Not so much so though. You know, 75 a little more of a droopy snout, but it's not that noticeable. It's not that big a difference, unlike the eyes. So yeah, it's Godzilla scale with 74. Just a little comparison there. And because this Godzilla 75 is a repaint of the Memorial Box version, it's full of Godzilla 65 again. You know, I just love this thing to death. Again, they look really nicely, well, they look really nicely together. I'm trying to get more Showa Godzillas if you guys can't tell. Very nicely done. And as this, I have a tradition. You guys know, whenever I bring out Godzilla, a 70s Godzilla, I always scale him up with Gamora here. Yeah, this is another really nicely done scaling. I really want to see Godzilla and Gamora either have a sparring match or, you know, team up, because Godzilla fights a lot of monsters, Gamora fights a lot of monsters. We need to see this happen. Come on, hopefully Subaraya Productions and Toho can work something out soon, because this would be really cool to see. And because this is technically the same suit as Godzilla 73, because this suit did appear in the Zone Fighter TV show, I'm scaling with Ultimate Tiga just for the fun of it. Yeah, this is another pretty nice done scaling. Ultimate Tiga is around 53 meters, Godzilla's around 50, so yeah, this looks pretty well. Really nicely done here. Alright, let's bring out his best buddy again, Titanosaurus. And oh, I know, you guys want to see what these guys look like next to Mechagodzilla, right? Of course you do. So here's Mechagodzilla 1975 from the Moon Monster series. He goes back. Titanosaurus is a little too tall. So yeah, I'd say these guys all go in pretty good scale together. So yeah, now I've completed my Terra Mechagodzilla set. Very nice. However, I wish I had the Soul of Chigoken Mechagodzilla 75 though, because that one's, you know, just slightly taller. I think it'll look much better scaled next to Godzilla here. But with Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla, they go pretty well. With him and Godzilla, I don't know, I always feel like this Mechagodzilla should be slightly taller, but, you know, maybe it's just me. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all I got for you on this set. Again, it's a really nice set. If you can pick it up for a good price, don't hesitate to pick it up now. If you're a big Showa fan, again, definitely pick it up. So both these guys are getting 10 out of 10s for me, 5 out of 5s, perfect scores across the board. You know, this is a set I've been wanting for a while now, because, like I said, I've been wanting more Showa figures, and this set does a good job of doing that. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next review.